Good morning. Oh, that's better. And welcome to the Universalist Church, in which love is the spirit. We are glad you are here, whether you're here in the sanctuary today or anywhere in the world on our live stream. I'm Lisa Smith-Horn, one of your representatives on the Board of Trustees. If you are a visitor, we hope you'll sign one of our guest books at either entrance to the sanctuary or visit our webpage, www.westhartforduu.org, to learn more. There, you can use the contact page to get onto our electronic mailing list. Our electronic communications are the best way for us to stay connected. We look forward to helping you become a part of the Universalist Church. Today promises a fulsome worship experience, so just two brief announcements. As it is the first Sunday of the month, we especially welcome newcomers for a casual gathering following worship in the parlor. Also take special note that our always highly anticipated annual service auction fundraiser is upcoming on June 1st. There is more to read about this in your order of service, and during fellowship today, we will be selling tickets to the auction. Would you raise your hand if you're selling tickets? There you go. Miss Sherry's over there. She will be selling tickets, and there might be a few others as well. So please join us for this really fabulous event. Today we'll have fellowship in Fisk Hall and through Zoom. If you need help finding your way to Fisk Hall for our fellowship hour, any member of the church will be happy to guide you. Just look for someone wearing a Universalist Church name tag. You can find the link for Zoom fellowship in your weekly news or our Breeze calendar. If you aren't getting the weekly news, please do sign up for it on our website. And now I invite you to take a moment to make your mobile phones silent, turn off your email, put away your keyboards, and settle in for worship.
If you have a chalice at home, please light it with us. Today's chalice lighting comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Let no man despise these entertainments as if it were mere luxury and the drunkard's bowl. These airy realms of perpetual joy are also in nature, and what they are may well move the deep wonder and inquisition of the coldest and surliest philosopher. So, music is a sanctuary. It takes us out of the actual and whispers to us dim secrets that startle our wonder as to who we are and for what, whence, and where to. All the great interrogatories, like questioning angels, float in on its waves of sound. Our opening hymn is number 327. Please rise in body or spirit. Covenant as printed in the order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Please be seated. Our time for all ages is also brief on this special morning. It's simply a word of gratitude for our religious ed assistant, Jessie Mesh. Appropriate today because Jessie mainly assists the church school program in providing music enrichment at different intervals throughout the year. The children receive ages and stages classroom lessons most weeks, learning UU principles and shared values. Then about once a month, an all ages comes together for drumming, for instance, on traditional West African hand drums or on bucket drums. In fact, starting today, Jessie will be working with all ages to create a drumming postlude the children will perform during worship on May 19. Let's sing the children out together. The voluntary offering, the sharing of our resources for our shared work as a religious community, is a spiritual practice for us. By offering your time, talent, and treasure to this community, you help us serve the members, friends, and wider community of this congregation. As part of that service, we share our general offering each week with organizations that do work in the world that brings us ever closer to creating the beloved community. This month, we share our offering with the Fern Street Food Ministry's Walk Against Hunger campaign. The food ministry is one of our congregation's social action ministries with 5 programs that support hundreds of food-insecure people in our wider area each month. The walk happened yesterday, but we can still contribute all month long. Your contributions will help us feed our neighbors and guests. To give electronically, please use the QR code on your order of service, the links in the description, or those on the website to make your donation to our offering. Here in the sanctuary, our offering will now gratefully be received. May these gifts sustain the work we do together, the life of this community, and the wider world of which we are a part. Please rise in body or spirit as we speak our congregational reading. Today we listen and respond to words we so often hear set to music in our own hymnal. Each of these excerpts celebrates the power of music. Lisa and I will read, and I will prompt you to respond with the words, "Music carries the Spirit."
From the hymn, Nature's Advent. The harp at nature's advent strung has never ceased to play. The song the stars of morning sung has never died away.
Music carries the Spirit.
From the hymn, Perfect Singer. Sing a sacred melody for the justice that shall be. Let our harmonies resolve dissonance with steadfast love.
Music carries the Spirit.
From the hymn, Numerous Strings. There are numerous strings in your lute. Let me add my own among them. Then when you strike your chords, my heart will break its silence.
Music carries the Spirit. And last, from the hymn Song of Spirit. Singing, singing, everywhere, at the heart of everything. In my soul I hear them sing, mystic music of the spheres, songs that with my utmost art I can only catch in part, broken echoes cold and bare of the songs my spirit hears. Music carries the Spirit. Let's join in singing our doxology. Be seated. Well, last weekend at the church was amazing. We saw 2 fundraising events, the barn dance for the food ministry and drag bingo for our welcoming congregation's efforts, as well as another new member orientation session with folks signing the book and making their membership official. Some volunteers and participants overlapped between all of these events and said they were glad to be able to have a wonderful and fun weekend full of giving and supporting. We're grateful for all of your presence and participation. Please join me in singing out this gratitude this morning with Spirit of Life as it is printed in your order of service. So welcome again on this 200th anniversary of the premiere of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Today's message is a musical one, and the piece is so famous and so universally lauded, it needs no introduction. However, I will share with you just one brief but extraordinary anecdote. Johann Christoph Friedrich von Schiller was a German polymath and poet, playwright, historian, philosopher, physician, and lawyer. Schiller was considered his home country's most important classical playwright. You may know titles like The Robbers, William Tell, Don Carlos. Regarding his poetry, it is likely this piece of music today which uplifts Schiller as a poet. The soaring language of Ode to Joy demands a musical setting. And yet this is what is extraordinary. Schiller, late in his life, regarded the poem a failure, writing in a letter to a friend that it was detached from reality and, quote, of value maybe for the two of us, but not for the world and not for the art of poetry. The letter was to his longtime friend, Christian Gottfried Korner, whose friendship had originally inspired Schiller to write the ode. Only of value, maybe, for us too. Schiller considered his operatic poem an intimate ode to a friend for having extended to him friendship. Schiller's friend was an important host of an important and regular gathering of artists, a gathering where works were read, workshopped, performed, discussed. It was a gathering of a beloved community where friendships were forged through and with art, for a search for truth in beauty and a search for beauty in truth. I know that for me, there have been no friendships like the ones that have emerged through the creating and interpreting of a performance. There is something ineffable that simply happens between individual people when they work together in ensemble to create something bigger than themselves. So, when I think of Schiller and his friend and his ode to that friendship and the rare intimacy that grows and lives in and through an ensemble of artists, my eyes and ears turn to the people in front of us today. We are so fortunate that it is us today. We are here to receive that intimacy and transcendence, and we thank you.
Dein Heiligtum, deine Zauberwinde
Well, let us rise in body or spirit and sing together our closing hymn, hymn number 6. Evil for evil, strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, help the suffering, honor all beings. Please be seated and remain for our postlude.
Thank you.